Hey guys, and welcome to Mango Tea, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Steven Mango, and I'm a drama channel that spills the tea on all your favorite YouTubers. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure to go down below, click on that subscribe button, as well as the bell icon right next to it, so you stay up to date on all the latest drama on YouTube. So today, I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about the video that I made yesterday regarding the Trisha Paytas and Nikocado Avocado drama, as well as everything that's been going on between the two of them and Trisha being canceled. I have some updated thoughts and opinions on the matter. As well, wanted to sit down and talk about canceled culture, about the toxic negative space on YouTube, as well as the drama that I got dragged into yesterday about being biased towards Trisha, and there's just a lot of feelings that I have on this, so I thought it would be best to sit down, make another video so I can kind of explain to you guys everything that's really going on with a little bit more of an unfiltered lens into the situation, if you will. So when I made that video yesterday, I got dragged through the mud about posting this video, and even though I do stand by a lot of what I said, I'm gonna again give you guys more of my thoughts on this matter. As I kind of sat and thought about it a little bit more last night and stuff, I couldn't even keep my comments or the likes or anything on at that point because so many people were so vile, not just towards me, but both to Trish as well as Nikocado. Now people would be like, oh, like you're deleting comments and you're trying to stand up for Trish and all this sort of stuff. And it's not that I want to be able to be like, hey, like I want to shut down my comment section and filter thoughts. I like being a YouTuber where I can have my comment section be open so we can engage in healthy debates and conversation. And we're not always going to agree with each other on different matters that come up. And I think that's normal. And I think in our day and age, you know, if you just step a little bit more to the right versus the left, you could be canceled, essentially, especially if you're on YouTube, and people can very much affect you, your reputation, everything, just because you have a difference of opinion. And, you know, being in a free country, you know, I feel like I'm entitled to have my opinion, as you guys are entitled to have yours. And if we do differ on a situation, I think it's great to be able to sit down and chat and being able to bring up points from both ends of the spectrum. But when you're actually attacking people that most of you guys don't even know, I'm pretty much guessing that maybe a handful of you guys maybe even met or know these YouTubers, and most people are just commenting about what they see on the internet. And they've never met Trish, they never met Nikocado, and a lot of the people I talk about on my channel I've never met before, and I'm only speculating about what's being publicly put on the internet. But first I just want to say that, you know, this canceled culture, regardless if it's James Charles, if it's Trish, if it's whoever, like for example with James Charles, he has a lot that he needs to be schooled on and educated about, but when you're attacking someone that can go and, you know, drive someone maybe to even the point of suicide, and that level of bullying is enough to set anyone over the edge. I'm not saying what James Charles did was right, I'm not saying what Trish did was right or Nikocado did was right, but when you guys go online and this mob mentality develops, especially when, you know, there's people who have self-admitted mental health issues, I think it's really harmful when these people should be educated. And yeah, we can engage in conversation, especially on YouTube. I think it's great to be able to have a conversation. But if it's going to attack people who have a difference of opinion, like that's not right. You're going to cancel someone who is, say, homophobic, for example, but then you're also going to cancel the person who, you know, might be reporting on that situation when they're not even involved in that, maybe. But anyways, I just think that we all need to kind of shift gears from anger and hate and lashing out to a more positive spin on what we can learn from these situations. Now, with my Trisha video, I know that watching it back, I was very much so getting into my feelings of having a personal connection with someone and the emotional ties to knowing someone. And as you guys know, in real life, if you have a best friend or something, I'm not saying Trisha's my best friend, but just in general, if you have a friend or someone, you want to maybe stand up for them. When I did my video, I didn't know the extent of what people were really saying. I thought I knew it was more than just the ghosting situation, but I didn't think that Trish was under this much heat and fire. I pre-filmed my video, I released it later on in the day. I started seeing more and more things come out. People were saying about the Nikocado video with the knife came later, and Trisha might have been using that as an excuse to not collaborate, when really that video wasn't even posted till later on. And just like these different things that started coming out that people were trying to say, like how Trisha was handling the situation, refusing to apologize, and there was just different things that came up. And I came on my channel and I wish I handled it differently. I'm not gonna take my video down because I do think I made some points that are obviously my opinion and I feel strongly about them, and I want to keep those there because I'm not either on Nikocado's side and I'm not really on Trisha's side right now either. I'm just kind of in the middle, and I know that you guys like watching me, for example, because I can stay in my own lane and I can kind of report on both sides of a situation and not take sides. And I was wearing a Trisha shirt, I was dancing, like I see how that would come off, obviously, and I'm like, wow, like I wish I took a different approach to just being neutral, reporting the video, and then you guys can decide what you guys want to decide on that matter. And we're gonna get into more about my feelings, but I just want to say as well that, you know, at the time I felt very strongly on Trisha's side about this matter, and that's why I came on camera and I was like, hey, like I could understand the situation if you like change your mind, or maybe you're like cutting someone off, or maybe she wrote some sort of other narrative in her head about the situation and she didn't want to, you know, even answer Nikocado. I don't know, but at the time I felt, and this is only 24 hours ago, guys, probably around the same exact time I'm filming this now that I did yesterday. And I very much went to bat for Trish in this video. And she didn't pay me to make the video. I didn't really know, you know, if she'd be cool with me making a video about the situation, if she was just trying to like sweep it under the rug. I have always said, like, I don't make videos about like my YouTuber friends or people that I've known or met, because I do end up, you know, having personal feelings, and it's hard to really be neutral and stay in the mix on that. So I've stayed away from Trisha drama for the last like 2 years or so. And the same thing with like other YouTubers that you guys might have seen me in vlogs or other videos with. I don't talk about those YouTubers because, again, I feel like if we're having a personal connection or we're like hanging out in real life, it's almost like an ethical issue in a way. Like if I go on my camera and I sit down here for you guys and be like, guess what they told me, or guess what happened? It's like, I'm not like that to people that I have personal feelings for, or like friendships, or been in different situations where they tell me things. I'm not gonna come on camera and spill the tea. Even if some other drama channels might have that sort of mentality to do that, I feel like it's not appropriate, to put it lightly. So I wrote Trisha a message. I DM'd her, and I'm just trying to be more upfront with you guys on it, since I was really walking on eggshells and I didn't want to go in too hard on Trish because I kind of see her side on the matter, and I kind of already have a bias against Nikocado, and I don't like him, and I feel like he's been very problematic, and he's gotten himself into different things on the internet over the years, and I feel like, again, like he was manipulative in certain ways. That doesn't mean that I don't feel that Trish owes him an apology. And like I said, they both have a part in this situation. So I messaged Trish last night. I'm like, hey, you know, I made this video. I went to bat for you, like stand by you. And I sent her a very nice message. And she saw the message and it said seen, but she didn't answer. And I haven't really heard from her in a while. Like I've sent her some nice messages in terms of like other drama that she's been through and stuff like that. No answer. I wrote to her on her birthday, no answer. So I don't know why Trish hasn't answered me, and it was just very hurtful because I feel like, wow, like now I'm getting canceled, and I don't really think I was canceled, but you guys know what I mean. I was getting a lot of hate, and I went to bat for someone, and for someone I really looked up to and still think, you know, she's been on YouTube for so long and really opened up the pathway for people to feel comfortable like sharing their life and their struggles and their mental health and starting that conversation. And I saw Trish over the years do that. I'm like, wow, she's really inspiring me to be honest and open about my stories, my struggles, and I want to do what she does. So of course, when someone's inspired you to that level, you feel like you owe them something. Like I wouldn't be sitting here today. I would be, you know, doing a job that I hate. I would be working somewhere that I, you know, wouldn't want to be. And this is what I feel is my purpose, is making videos and entertaining and spilling the tea for you guys and forming these bonds and relationships with you. So it was just hurtful that, I couldn't even get like a double tap of a like on this message that I sent to her. And I know she's very busy. I even sent the other videos and stuff before, but how hard is it just to like double tap or say thank you or a little heart emoji? It doesn't have to be a big winded response, but I haven't heard from her for several months now. And I know other drama channels are writing to her like, hey, it's maybe crazy or unhinged when I was in drama last year, but people change. And that's the thing with toxic internet debates of canceling people change. And that's the thing about canceled culture, is it assumes that a person is stuck in a fixed condition and mindset for their whole entire existence, that if you made a homophobic comment in 2004, that you could never accept gays in 2019. And I've seen that even with people I went like high school with who were so homophobic to now they'll be like walking in a pride parade. It's like, if we canceled that person all those years ago, they might not even have the room to grow and mature and see themselves out of that situation and educate people that gays are no different than straight people or whatever. It's just who we are innately as people. So I really, really, really want to see the good in Trish, and so many people have been sending me so many messages about all the different things. She bullied this autistic guy and, just like all these different things. And I chalk it up to, Trisha's been trolling for years and that's what she's known for doing. Like, why all of a sudden now is she getting hate? Why is Nikocado coming out of the woodwork 2.5 years later about the situation? Yes, people are saying Trish dragged his name through mud for many years and stuff like that, and he's fed up and upset and makes a video. Like, I get it, but it just seems like all of a sudden out of the blue, right during this James Charles drama, he comes forward and makes a video. His boyfriend, husband, someone bought a cameo asking about Nikocado, so I feel like it's almost like he was preparing to do this video and was trying to get her on camera to say something in order for him to make a stink about. And I got other messages too from people on the other hand who were saying, well, it was so great that Trish was trying to keep it respectful, to move on and say nice things to him and try to like let bygones be bygones and like, bridge underwater. Like, what's the saying? I don't know what the saying is, but like just kind of like putting things aside and moving forward. And he went on and made the video. I also see it if people were like, well, what if it was you, Steven Mango? Yes, I would probably be so hurt if someone I looked up to in the same exact sense as him, who said he was a fan, if I felt like, oh my God, she's saying all these horrible things about me, and maybe there's, falsities that are being spread. So now that I've been really like looking at the situation, I'm kind of understanding it more. I'm starting to see more information and things come out. Going back to what I was kind of saying, I've been rooting for her for so many years that even as of yesterday, I'm on camera, even when there's so much against me, call it blind, whatever, I didn't want to see whatever was being put online, that I held back because I wanted to protect her. And I'll be honest and say that to you guys when other people would, not be vulnerable or honest to say that. And it did really hurt my feelings that, here I am feeling like an idiot that I'm making a video defending her and she can't take like 5 seconds to double tap or say thank you or send me a text message or anything like that. And it did really hurt my feelings and it made me really sad. And it doesn't mean that I'm now all of a sudden be like, screw Trish, like, here are all the receipts. Like, that's not it either. Like, I obviously don't feel that way either. Obviously, I made a whole video yesterday, talking about, points that I felt were, in her defense and in her favor. So it was just kind of weird to me that when it's almost like I feel like she's being self-destructive in the way that there's someone like me who has been like a die-hard Trish supporter for years and years, guys, for like 13 years. And I've talked to her over the last several years frequently when there was drama with Sean, when there was drama with Jason, when there's drama with all these different things, that I was still there. When all these other drama channels are going off or other people on the internet are turning on her, I'm like, I'm still waving the Trish flag over here. I'm still got your back, girl. I'm not the type that's like, you need to say thank you every single time I send a message or like expecting some level of reciprocation. But on the other hand, when you're also someone who's going to bat for you in a time when all these 50,000 people are canceling you, you would hope that you have someone supporting you. And there I was, and I feel like I was kind of left in the dark yesterday. So it just kind of hurt my feelings. And I just want to be upfront with you guys about that. But, I feel like it's almost in a way self-destructive when you have people who support you and are willing, like, I'll hang out with you, I'll be your friend, like I'm sending you support all the time. And, you know, then on the other hand, she says she doesn't have friends or people who care. And there's a lot of us who do and have, and she has so many fans online that I just feel like I just wish she saw that there's honest, genuine people out there such as myself who have always supported her. And it's just sad that it's kind of come down to this type of drama and stuff going on. Now, with all of that being said, in terms of my thoughts on this situation, a little bit more unfiltered, I guess you can say, I still believe that she's right in certain ways. In terms of Nikocado, I do feel that he's owed some type of apology for this matter. Maybe, you know, at the time, Trish felt he was crazy, or she was told different things about him, or maybe there was other drama channels speaking to her about him. I don't really know the full scope and full extent of that, but I just think that, you know, you have to apologize. If you hurt someone, you see someone's a big subscriber or someone who you're going to collaborate with, like, at least go and, you know, say sorry. And she might not feel that she's in the wrong, and this is kind of like the lesson that I can give over to Trisha or someone. Like, there's so many times where I felt like, wow, like people misunderstood me, did not get what I was trying to say or whatever. And sometimes you just have to like bite your tongue a little bit and just say sorry to the person, because if Trisha said sorry, I don't think it would have gotten to this level. But I think it was the stubbornness of not saying sorry that got all these people against her. And it's just really sad because, you know, this is someone who was a fan of hers, and regardless if I think that maybe he overstepped his boundary, he booked a flight, like I wouldn't go to that level of extreme over the matter, but we have to realize that it happened. He booked the flight there and it didn't work out. Maybe her plans were just tentative when she was just kind of in the discussion stage. Regardless, it was a communication issue. Clarify that with him, and I think that, you know, he wouldn't have even made the video if you guys like handled that behind the scenes. So I think this should have been worked out privately. I don't think Nikocado should have made his video, but then again, Trisha might not have even ever addressed it maybe to him or never answered. And I know that, you know, when you have millions of subscribers, you probably have a lot of messages in your inboxes and stuff like that. And if it's just drama that no one knows about, it's easy just to kind of like brush it under the rug. And I do think that Trish does have a good heart. Like, she was great when I've been in person with her and talking to her. Like, I'm trying to tell you guys that I do think Trish has a good heart, but I do think she trolls, and it sometimes crosses the line where people may get hurt or confused. Like when you're putting out videos about Jason and other things, like she was trying to deflect from all these people calling out the Nikocado stuff. And, you know, as I was kind of like looking at my video, looking at other people's videos and stuff like that, I'm like, I went way too easy on Trish, and I shouldn't have just blindly made the video. I did put in the screenshots from Nikocado's video that he posted, and people are saying that I was missing text messages or things weren't in order. I got those from Nikocado's video. You guys can go, I'll link it down below. It's in my other video. You guys probably have seen the video already. You guys can see his text messages. Trish also posted a video, and she kind of scrolls through text messages. So I think those are kind of like clear, and that's out there. With Trisha going to talk to other people about Nikocado and dragging his name through the mud, kind of like I said yesterday, YouTubers are gossiping all the time, right? So if it's Nikocado, if she's being asked by other drama channels, what do you think about the Nikocado situation? He's clearly talking to people about it, right? So it's not like Trisha's just talking behind the scenes and then here's Nikocado all of a sudden coming in as like the victim. You know what I mean? Like, he must have been saying stuff to people as well. I'm sure Trisha might have sent DMs to other people and try to stir up things with other channels about him. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I wasn't involved in that. So I can't tell you. We're just speculating, and this is what people are claiming and alleging. So I'm just giving you guys all the facts. I'm trying to be as clear as possible on this. So with the DMs and all that sort of stuff, yes, it's not right. If she did edit DMs, she claims she didn't. Again, in his videos, he cropped DMs and would show like one bubble and then would show 2 or 3. He wasn't showing the full thread, like scrolling through in that way. I'm not saying maybe he was hiding things, maybe not, but you know, he was kind of doing that sort of stuff too. So you guys have to like kind of see both ends of the story here. And for people to be all of a sudden mad about Trisha's trolling and things in the past that she might have talked about, apologized, or addressed, it's like, guys, this is Trish that we're talking about. This is not new news about what, you know, things coming out of the bag. It's like, this is not new. Like, why are we canceling Trish over stuff that has been going on for years and years? And then people say, well, she should be accountable for that, and it's not an excuse that, you know, she did those things, she has to own up to it. It's like, but Trish has admitted that she trolls and stuff like that. So I don't really get that whole side of the thing in terms of like the DMs and stuff like that. I feel like if Trish did that, you know, for a while, you know, it's not good. And I think that's what a lot of people's problem is in this situation, that, you know, here is this person who is, you know, at the effect of Trish. And same thing with Nina Unrated. If Trish did that to Nina, I don't really know her situation as much about Nina's story. It's not as talked about as much, but, you know, if you are talking to other people to, you know, prevent people from liking them or working with them or collaborating with them, I think that, you know, it is toxic behavior, and it's something that is problematic. I mean, that's just the way to put it, that those texts and other things like being spread around and stuff like that wasn't cool. And, you know, when we're mad at people, I see and I understand. I've sent screenshots to friends about people and stuff like that, and maybe that's all it was. I don't know, guys. I'm just like so tired of talking about the situation, honestly, because I know that people are so like heated and angry, and people are really, really on Nikocado's side. And I do believe that Trish owes him an apology, but I also feel that, you know, he's been crazy also as well in the past. And people are painting him in this like picture perfect way, and we have to realize that, you know, he's also playing a role in this whole entire matter. I feel like though at this point in time, if Nikocado wants an apology, he had his chance to get it. Trish said she doesn't want to apologize, she doesn't think she did anything wrong. If she apologizes now, it's like you're getting an apology because you're being forced. You know, you forced her into the apology. So it's like, do you really want the apology now if you know that her feelings aren't in alignment with apologizing to you? So I don't know what Nikocado wants at this point in time. He said he wants an apology privately as well as publicly. I don't know if Nikocado should hold his breath to get the apology or not. Trish took a big hit on Social Blade, obviously on her YouTube channel. She still has millions of fans. He's gaining subscribers and stuff, I'm sure, as well. But still, after all of this, I just think that there's a lot that we also might not know. I think that Trish honestly was, like I said in the other video, was freaked out or weirded out by this guy, but she should have been upfront with the communication. And now she knows for the future how to handle these situations, because look kind of like what it turned into when all you had to do is say, hey, I couldn't film, or I'm going out of town, or anything like that. So again, that's not me defending Trish or defending Nikocado in this. I'm just trying to be as objective and outside of this for someone who had a bias in a video made only 24 hours ago. I'm trying just to look at the situation as open and honestly as possible so we can have a real discussion in the comments down below, so this doesn't be one-sided. But I don't want fighting, I don't want trolling, I don't want attacking on either one of them, because that's not fair. And we have to learn that with toxic canceled culture, we need to be able to give people a chance to learn from their actions. And in this case, you know, if you're not willing to accept there is a problem, you might not be able to turn things around. But I still don't believe in mob mentality of attacking people and trashing them, and I think that's not the way to go about it either. I know I'm probably missing something in the midst of this, because I didn't really necessarily prepare like point by point by point to sit down here and address certain things outlined and set up. I just wanted to come on here and give like my honest thoughts like as they came up, and say that I'm going to try to report as honestly as I can now and try to report both sides. When I want to give my opinion, I will. I did say up front in my other video that I had a slight bias because of knowing Trish and being a big fan and subscriber and all of that towards her. I definitely think that, you know, I could understand people seeing it as me co-signing her behavior or things in the past. And, you know, she's chasing Jason around with the knife, or being manipulative or abusive to guys and all these different things. I'm like, oh, like, I don't want people to think that by me coming on camera and taking her side on certain things that also agreeing to that sort of stuff. And I think that, you know, Trisha's at the point where, You know, she might have had bad attention in the past, but I think she can do so much good with her platform, and she should come on camera, and she doesn't need to troll to get attention. Like, people are already fans, they're already watching, and I think it'd be cool to see Trish not have to, you know, go back and forth with these type of people, or like that H3N3, what was his name? I don't know what his name is. I know that there was drama with that. In that case, you know, the guy was calling her fat and all this sort of stuff. Oh, that reminds me, in terms of them saying that Trisha was talking about Nikocado gaining weight and stuff like that, when people have come at her for her weight before, so it's kind of like hypocritical and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't think, you know, it's right to talk about anyone's weight or anything like that, and it's a low blow. And, you know, if anyone knows, you know, Trish has, you know, for years, you know, someone who's followed her knows that people have given her crap when she's gained weight, when she's lost weight, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And for her to comment on Nikocado's weight, like, that's not cool. I don't know, guys. I'm curious to hear what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn your bell notifications so I post it on all the latest YouTube drama. I'll be back tomorrow. I have several more videos I want to film. I kind of took a little bit of a break today. I have many more things I want to talk about, but we'll kind of save that for the next like 2-3 days over the weekend. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for listening. If you watched this long-winded video, I just really wanted to share these thoughts as it kind of percolated, and I watched the video and kind of feeling what I actually feel about the situation, like kind of lifting away my feelings from it. So thanks so much for listening and watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.